What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and CreateSpace. Link will be in the description box below. As usual, go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. Excuse me. His video is entitled Fighting to End the Relationship First. You know, some people want to be in relationships, and they say they want to be in a relationship so bad, but when they get in them, they're fighting to end it. And it's okay if you want to, all you got to do is end the relationship if you want to end it. But I think people who fight to end it are the same people who wish that their relationship was still intact when it's over. What I mean by that is, you got people who want to get in a relationship, because they want somebody to companionship or somebody to love them, or they want to be in a healthy relationship, or they want to be married. But then, you're not bringing people your baggage. We all necessarily have baggage. We have issues, but you're bringing them your dysfunction. So now you got to test them. Now you got to do dumb stuff that's really going to cause y'all to separate. You got to pick fights. You got to make up fights in your mind and be mad about things in your mind for either you tripping or you're stuck in how a past relationship was, so you brought that into the new relationship. So you figure if this ex did this, you got to be just like that ex. And it's like, that don't make no sense. But you fighting to end the relationship first. These quote unquote power struggles where, this is, when we came to an agreement at the beginning and this is how the relationship is going to stay. No, it's not, because both people grow, both people evolve. But on top of that, some of you folks have been making these agreements knowing you were lying from the jump. You came to the table to make an agreement, but you forgot to say you had a trick up your sleeve. So now you want one person to stick to the agreement while you created the agreement under false pretenses. So now you fighting to end the relationship first because, it's the best way to quote unquote get out and cause a blow up, and hopefully the blow up is your excuse. Because when things are going good, there are some people who just like to derail a good situation. Maybe it's their own insecurities. Maybe it's they feel like they're not good enough to have good things or good people, and they fight to end the relationships even when they're good. Which is stupid, because the reason I say it's stupid for this reason is because when you talk to, in my experience, I've talked, and most of the people I've talked to and talked about these type of things in general, they have a history of fighting to be in dysfunctional relationships and fighting to get out of functional relationships. So you got every reason in the world to stay with a person who's just not good for you or not good to you. But you got every reason in the world to leave a relationship with somebody that's good to you and that's good for you. So you fighting to end a relationship first. To me, that's self-hate. And sometimes, I've seen people, you fight to end a relationship first because there comes a point where if this person has been good to you and been good for you, it comes a point where you got to be good to them and good for them, and you don't want that. You don't want that responsibility. You want to get the good treatment and be on the receiving end of somebody being good to you. But to be on the giving end of being good to somebody and good for them, all of a sudden, you got a wall up. You don't want to be vulnerable. It's too much of a risk. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cause confusion and strife. I'm going to fight to end this relationship first. And some of y'all, don't want to admit that this has been your relationship habit in the bulk of your relationships. This has been how it went down. This is why it didn't work out. It's not that, it's not a communication issue. It's not even an infidelity issue, because sometimes, one of the situations is you could be in a relationship and not be in a relationship. And what I mean by that is you can be in a relationship with a person, but they spend all their time having relationships with everybody else, whether it be friendships or even other relationships. They can talk to everybody, hang out with everybody, be with everybody, be good to everybody, be good for everybody, but not be good to but not want to be around a person that they're in a relationship with. Not want to be good to or good for the person that they're in a relationship with. And that person is sitting there watching like, oh, this is what it is. Okay, well, obviously we ain't in a relationship. And then they move out or move on. They end it. And, no, we good. But if that person eventually finds somebody else and moves on, then all of a sudden you got cheated on. How? You wasn't committed to them. You was committed to all your other friends or family or the other people that you wanted to date. You having buyer's remorse. You got who you wanted, but now you really don't want to keep who you wanted. So now you want to shop while you still have them committed to you. So you fighting to end the relationship first, but you don't want to just say, okay, I got the person I asked for, but I don't really want them now, because if I say my reason it is silly and stupid and immature, it's going to be a bad look on me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore them until oblivion, and then when they leave, you see how they act. Because you don't want to take the responsibility of ending a functional relationship. And a lot of people I've come to find out do this type of stuff. You don't want to be a person who's looked at by your family and friends as stupid. Like, why did you do that with them? Why did you break up with them? Like, why did you even treat them like that? Because when I saw y'all was all happy. They did this, they did that. They was good to you. They was always good for you. As a matter of fact, before you met them, you were saying how you wanted a person like this and like that. And when you met them, then you said, oh, you spoke it into existence, and they were just like what you asked for. And now all of a sudden, it ain't good enough. It's a problem with it. Oh, is it really? Maybe they're just too good for you. And you fighting to end it because they're too good for you. And here's the thing. If they're too good for you, why don't you just leave? Instead of creating a situation where where it leaves a bad taste in somebody's mouth. See, now they don't want to talk to you no more. Now they don't want to look at you no more. Now, after these relationships end, and you fought to end them, now that they've moved on and you see them moving on and caring about other people and with other people, oh, now you want to pop back up like a high schooler. I really do love you, and I just realized that when I saw you with somebody else, they really do love you too. And y'all might have something special. I can't allow that. I gotta come through and show you how much I love you now. I know I didn't act like it. I know I didn't show it. I know I caused arguments and confusion. I know I did you bad, but I really do love you. I love you. Oh, now you do. And then they're like, nah, no thank you. 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 But you fighting to end it first. And here's the thing. When you end it first, sometimes those people are scarred. But sometimes you kind of free you free the person, because they might go through that. What did I do to you? What did I do wrong to them? And then you might run a situation in their head. And then if that person comes to the point where it clicks, oh, I ain't do nothing wrong with them. No, I ain't. No, I mean, we had little arguments here and there, but I never did them dirty. Actually, they were better off, now that we, are broken up or away from each other. They're better off than when we met. And I'm not better off than when we met. So obviously, I'm the one who was getting the short end of the stick. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna move on. Congratulations, thank you for freeing me. And then that person winds up going back to the level where they were at, because a lot of times people don't want to admit. Sometimes you're attracted to low lives because you're a low life too, but you don't want to say you're a low life. You don't want to admit you're a low life. You just happen to attract yourselves to low lives, on a regular basis. You don't pause and stop yourself and say, you know what? I'm not doing this again. I'm past this phase. No, you could go from a high life to a low life. You could be uncomfortable with a high life and very comfortable with a low life. That's your level. Water seeks its own level. Good people seek good people seek bad people. Now you gonna meet both while you at it, but if you fighting to end the relationship, it's funny who you wind up going back to. And those same complaints you had before you met the person that you fought to end the relationship with are going to be the same complaints that you have, you know, with the person, the dysfunctional person, because you dysfunctional too, that you fighting to stay with. And you know what's going to happen? I wish I had somebody like them. I mean, it was good to me. They did it. So why you leave them again? Huh? You know, everybody had a conversation. Well, if them mugs was so good, how come you still ain't with them? And the person just sitting there. You ain't got to say that. That hurt. You know, you ain't got to do to me like that. Because, you know, that's what happens. But I'm done. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.